So shout out to Melody, who runs the Underbelly's Instagram, for sending me this question, because this is something that, I mean, I think literally anyone who's like coming to yoga, if you're coming from absence, if you have never practiced before, if you, whatever, I mean, honestly, if it's a bad day, if you're on your period, if you broke up with somebody the day before, I don't know. There's a lot of reasons why you might be feeling this way. Like, how do you get past this feeling? There's no getting past this feeling. This feeling is the yoga. Like, literally, everything that you did, you signed up for the Underbelly, you rolled out your yoga mat, you thought you were going to get on your mat and start doing something cute. You did. I know you did. You were like, man, this fat bitch is out here doing yoga on Instagram. I know, I'm going to get on here. I'm going to at least hit a downward facing dog. What's good? And then you got on the mat, and actually it was just some emotional bullshit. It was pulling up all this mess about, like, why can't I do this pose? And what does that mean about me? And so you're like, Jessamyn, how do I get past this feeling? Get past what? Isn't that what you paid for? This is the yoga. So I don't know about you, but I'm a kinesthetic learner. It's really hard for me to learn shit like without just physically doing it. And so a lot of times in any yoga environment, even if it's like a live class or online class or whatever, if it's something that my body has never practiced before, even if it has practiced it before, a lot of times, but especially if I've never done it before, I can't, it's really fucking hard to just like make it happen in my body. So like it can help to just remember that like sometimes you just need to watch, and you might need to watch for a long time, you know. Babies are a good example of this. Like babies just watch adults or bigger kids, they just watch them. And then they try to do the shit that they do. and they fall down, but they don't know to be mad at themselves. That's the thing, man. Babies can teach you because babies are learning new shit constantly. And they are not embarrassed by fucking up or by just it not being accessible or like it not being a thing, because they are just living in the moment. And the thing that yoga can offer us is the ability to just live in the moment. So if you just live in the moment of it, and like, so lunges are not a thing today, tomorrow, this month, year, decade, when, like, you know what I mean? Like, that's fine. Practice what feels true to you. Practice as much or as little or as whatever. Do as much as it feels good and true to you, and that will always be enough. Like, when I first started practicing vinyasa style yoga, I remember going to classes and we would do lunges, and that shit, I had been practicing Bikram yoga before that. Bikram yoga only has 26 postures. The first sequence only has 26 postures. And the fucking vinyasa classes, they be talking about lunges and downward facing dogs and all the shit that I'd never done before. And I would just be watching, because initially it seems impossible. Like, you're like, my brain and my body have not gotten together how this is supposed to happen. Like, even if you can put your limbs into the position, that doesn't mean that you're practicing it. So like, I just feel like being open, what was really helpful for me was being open to the idea of just doing it, you know, just do it. The most interesting thing for me is really seeing like what I am like when I experience something that is not immediately easy for me. Like, what comes up for me, this idea that like I'm not good enough, that I shouldn't have even tried. Why bother? That's what your question is. You're like how do I tell myself like not to just be like, throw in the can, who gives a fuck, like why even try, you know? That mentality is so pervasive, and it's not, the idea is not to solve it, it's not to fix it, it's not to change it, it is to observe it, to try to experience it. Don't try to wipe it away. Don't try to call it something else. Don't start saying a mantra and then you're like, now I fixed it with the mantra. Those are just words. You need to observe what that is inside of you. And like, there's no way for me to be like, and then this thing will happen. I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know what that's gonna do to you. But I know that experience in myself has led to being more compassionate toward myself. But it's nothing short of that. There's all kinds of fucking fake shit that you can do, that somebody, snake oil that people can sell you to make you think that it's something other than that, but it is always just that. And all of that juicy shit, that's yoga. That's the practice. That's why you're here.